Okay, you can make cloth, rope, oil, milk, food, canvas, concrete. You can run a car on it. It is perhaps the oldest cultivated crop on Earth. It is hemp, industrial hemp, ladies and gentlemen. And these are just a few of the items that can be made with hemp. Now, unfortunately, or for some people maybe fortunately, you can also make marijuana from hemp, but that is a specific type of hemp, not the kind that is grown for industrial purposes. And yet, industrial hemp is banned in America and still in much of the world. Let me introduce you to Zach DiLiberto. He is the co-author of a book called Hemp. And, you know, yeah, look at the leaves. I know, you know, right away everyone goes, oh boy, funny jokes. But in fact, you're saying that hemp actually has some tremendous potential.
Yes, tremendous. It can literally save the world. It can really help us with our environmental problems and our economic problems.
Okay, first of all, would you explain why hemp, industrial hemp now, not marijuana, but industrial hemp was banned in the U.S. and much of the world?
Yeah, it goes back to the 1930s, which is when the book, you know, when the story takes place. There was a very powerful anti-hemp lobby headed by the oil companies. They did not want the competition from hemp becoming a biomass fuel. Now you had, for instance, the Henry Ford, who in 1941 had a hemp car that ran on hemp fuel and was made out of hemp plastic. You had in 1900, you had Rudolf Diesel, as in the diesel engine, who proclaimed then that hemp would be the fuel of the future. So this competition really scared the oil companies. Okay, and they had a very powerful lobby. Obviously, they were backed by some of the most powerful men in the world, Andrew Mellon, DuPont himself.
But there was a governmental impetus as well.
Yeah, well, these people used the governmental impetus. There was a man named Harry J. Anslinger who was a very interesting character. He was a frustrated prohibitionist. His crusade in life was the prohibition of alcohol, and when he lost that battle, he was adrift. He was a depressed man, again, all in the book, and he was recruited by these people to go after marijuana, and that's what he did. And he was head of the Federal Bureau of Narcotics, and he continued on that path for decades, literally, and succeeded in convincing people first that marijuana was this demon weed that was going to destroy the youth of America. I mean, it was, in those days, I mean, this was fear. This was fear-mongering. They created the movie...
Okay, but let's just stipulate that indeed marijuana is a drug and you shouldn't have it around.
It is a drug,
that still doesn't affect industrial hemp. It's a different subspecies of the plant. Yes.
Absolutely. They're both strains of cannabis. Industrial hemp does not have THC in significant levels. That's the difference. Two different strains. You can't get high smoking.
But it's banned in much of the world.
Yeah, but that's changing. It's not banned everywhere. We're really the last industrialized nation to legalize it.
And you can get like a catalog. You can buy hemp products from imported hemp. And we've got just here, just looking at stuff, what is this, wood?
Yes, wood.
And this health product. And this twine, of course, from hemp. Cloth, you can make clothing from hemp. Now, interestingly enough, the word canvas actually comes from cannabis. I didn't know that. But that's how canvas was made, was using hemp, and it grows very quickly.
Cannabis sativa, canvas, that's how that was a contraction of those two words.
So this is a fictionalized version of the story of what happens to a farmer who loses his entire hemp crop. It's called Hemp. It's by Zach DiLiberto, co-author with Nini Martino.
Nini Martino, yes.
Sounds like an interesting firm, the firm of Martino and DiLiberto. Okay, thank you very much for joining us and bringing your hemp products with you.
Thank you so much, Henry.
We're going to take a break. Coming up, we're going to the garden. You're watching KRON 4 News Weekend.